At On a Divine Note, we explore a wide range of topics that nourish the soul and body.
From healing and wellness to relationships and spirituality, we dive into the mind, self-care, trauma, love, and so much more.
Join us as we create a space for growth, connection, and holistic well-being. Welcome to On a Divine Note.
Hello, and welcome back to On a Divine Note. This is episode 12, part 2 of where we're talking about all things relationship and love. I'm one of your hosts, Ashira.
And I'm Naya.
And I am Bia.
Bia.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, y'all. How are y'all feeling? Good. I'm
Y'all
excited
feeling
to be
good?
back.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
before we get into the icebreaker, I know Miss Bia had something that she wanted to tell us.
So y'all, I don't know if y'all out there as my audience ever see this, but Naya and Deshira always are saying the forbidden words. So in Peaceful Healing, we have forbidden words that we say within that hour.
Yeah.
And we also are to use these, not to use these words throughout our lives. And some of the words are, I think, maybe, if, kind of, those type of things where you are not, anything that's in a negative content or just like
unsure.
like unsure words. Unsure
Right,
was actually
right.
one of them, right?
Mhm.
And I hear them saying, I think a whole lot. And they know, but they will say, I think.
Mhm.
So today we are going to, for this hour, not say the word I think. Anything that's unsure that you're completely sure about. And audience, you guys have a task as well. If you hear anyone on this platform saying any word that does not align on what we're saying of being positive, please drop in the comments, shame on you.
Ooh, now she got them doing the shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you, the
All right, sure,
Shira bitch.
We gotta really.
Naya.
She brought it back to Peaceful Healing.
She brought it back.
Back in the first time.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I like it.
Okay.
I don't want no shame on you
No.
card.
No, exactly.
Mm-mm.
So I need to,
I'm
gonna be on my game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on
Me
my
too,
game.
me
Naya,
too.
you know I'm bad at that.
I am too.
I'm horrible.
We got this. I'm gonna just give you a look when I about to say it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how we gonna do it. All right, y'all. So
What the hell?
not with the Heliante. Not the Halle Berry, Halle Bieber. Mom, Bia, you're crazy. I called her mom. Mom, you're crazy.
Like they don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. So
Crazy.
for the icebreaker, that was the icebreaker for real. But
Yeah, for real.
what for the icebreaker, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given? Best piece of advice you've ever been given?
I can say, my best piece of advice.
So she's so silly.
I was little. I was young when I got this advice, but it actually works today. And I could tell you who gave it to me. It was my dad. And we were talking about something, and I was talking over him. He said, shut up and listen. And I thought he was I thought that was very rude. Like, shut up. You shut up. Why would you tell me shut up? That's just rude. But he said, if you actually just shut up, you'll hear everything that someone's saying to you. Just watch and just shut up. And it actually helped me out today. That was the best piece of advice that I've ever gotten in my life.
I like
and
that.
now I shut up and I listen more than I talk. So I get all of my answers because I'm actually being more, a listening ear and being more watchful versus talking. Because then when you talk, you really don't hear what the person is really trying to say to you.
That's so important.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
That was some good advice.
Yeah. Mine comes from my mom, actually. It would be that the world is your playground. And she always told us that growing up, and it didn't make sense to me until I got older, and it pretty much just means like you create your own reality.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times like we feel like life is happening to us and like life is suffocating us and life is controlling us, but when you realize that you have more control than you think.
Exactly.
Like, it just changes the whole way that you move throughout the world. So
I love that.
Right.
the world is your playground.
Right,
I
right,
love
right.
that.
Wow. Y'all got some really powerful ones.
Yeah.
The best, what do I live by is what I'm trying to think of,
Mhm.
because the best advice I've ever gotten, because my mom, Bia, she's given me a lot of
Yes,
advice
all the time.
from a young child and on.
Yeah.
I think
Shame on you.
Let's keep this book. I'm gonna get ready for that. I'm gonna get ready for that. Shira.
The first one.
Shame on you in the comments, y'all. Shame on
bad.
Shira.
I'm so
Now
bad.
we gotta say shame on
Shame
you.
on
Don't-
you.
okay.
All right.
I'm so bad.
It's okay.
I know.
No.
I know. I forgot what I was gonna say, but I know that I live by this till this day. And my mom told me when I was younger that I can do anything that I put my mind to. And that my life is mine to shape. So
Yes.
whatever view I have or whatever thing I want to do, I can do it. There's nothing that's not reachable.
Yes.
And that's what you've always instilled in me from a very young age. And this came about when I wanted to learn singing, and I didn't always have the voice that I have today.
Yeah.
So I would sing and I would sing and I would sing, and I wasn't ready yet, but my mom never let me give up on it. She was like, "You just keep practicing."
Put your mind to it.
And then one day I did come to her, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So I learned that lesson very young. So now in my big age, I definitely live by, like, anything that you want, you can have. The way that you want your life to be, you can make it that way. You just have to put your mind to it. And I know it sounds like cliche, but
it's so true.
that's the biggest thing.
It's true.
For me,
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes, I love it.
Good
All right,
one.
y'all.
Good one.
Yes.
Are y'all ready? Y'all ready to get into some of these
Get back
questions?
into love. Yes.
Because we didn't get to finish everything from last week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, but we actually did get some questions from our supporters.
Yes.
So I guess I'll start with one of those.
Okay.
I have been dating this man for 3 months now. When is the best time to ask about our relationship status? 3 months.
3 months.
You've been dating for 3 months.
For me, I feel like you can't really put a time on it. Like, I'm big on just the way that it
How it
feels. Like, if you feel like you're at that spot where you should be asking about status, then ask about it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't hurt. Like, I'm big on just ask your question and just get it out there,
Right.
so you know where you stand. You know what I mean? Because she might be ready for a relationship, she or he. They might be ready for a relationship, but the other person might not be. And at least now you know,
Right.
you know, where both of you are standing.
That's true.
Right.
That is true. And I also too feel like it's one of those things, especially if a person already, like when I meet someone now and you know, in these days, of course when I was younger, you don't that's not something that they really into. Back then anyway. Guys are different now, but now guys are more like, it's like you should know. You should know, like, this is who I like, this is who I want to be with, this is what
Exactly.
it's like I already know, so I shouldn't have to even ask you. It should be an agreement without being like, I don't know if I can say, it's like a connection, like a soul
Like, you just
connection
understood.
agreement type of thing. Like, we understand that we're moving in the right direction,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go up from here, and there's no in and out, unsureness.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always work like that.
Yeah.
You know, so honestly, it's just really, I don't even know if it should even be a question. It seems like he should already come in knowing. And if it's 3 months, I just feel like you wasted so much of my time if you're not serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the situation.
Yeah, it really depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I think in any time, like, you're dating with somebody, I think it's important to discuss in the beginning, the very beginning,
What is it?
what each of your intentions are.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Yes.
I think that's the most important part, because if you go into something not really knowing what his intentions are, her intentions are. At the 3 month mark, you are like, wait, what are we doing?
What are we
Yeah.
doing
We're
now?
kind of consistent,
Yeah.
you know. So I think that's step one, like just making sure before you date a person is just making sure that the intentions are clear going in. Are we only just messing around? Do you want marriage? Are we like
Yeah.
working toward that? Is this just for fun? And I think another really important piece of it is, I think that it really depends, right? If I know,
He got
shame
so
on
many shame on me, shame on you, shame on the.
And I'm not even
shame
catching
on
it.
I'll say
you.
I feel. I'll say I'll say I feel.
I
Mhm.
feel
Because
because you. It's like sometimes you can say I think because you really don't know, but these are the things that you know for a fact. This is what you feel in your heart.
Yeah.
So if it's
but
something that you're
it's
unsure
for
about.
me, I guess.
Yeah,
So for me, what
Yeah.
I know for me,
yeah. You can
not
say I
maybe for
think
you,
for
Or
them,
what you
but for
feel.
you,
what I
you know how you
feel.
feel.
Yeah, what I feel is it really just depends because some people like me, I wear my heart on my sleeve. So two people that wear their heart on their sleeves are going to be going 100 miles per hour.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Right.
sometimes
You have one person.
I feel like we it's only been 3 months. Maybe we should slow down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
I think yes, it's based off connection, and I think sometimes you don't want to put a limit on it, and sometimes you don't need to ask the question.
Yeah.
But other times I do feel like it's necessary to like stop and take a look at things and be like, hey, we need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
What
Because
are we doing?
either we're going way too quickly, we need to slow down,
Yeah.
or we just need to figure out what our next steps are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then other
Yeah.
I
times,
agree.
if it's not a connection, or if you have a person who doesn't wear their heart on their sleeve,
They may be a little
they've
tough.
been through their season,
Mhm.
you know, and um they like to take their time with things. They've been dating you for 3 months. It's kind of soon for them. If you know that it's them, I think it might be too soon for you to ask, like
Mhm.
where
You
we
think?
are. Yeah, like if it's like,
I
if
feel like. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I feel like it shouldn't ever scare the other person away because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, we're just having open conversation and we're
True.
just communicating.
Yeah.
So why is that so scary to you? Say
Right.
your real answer. If the answer, it might not be something that I like, but we should be able to just communicate
Communicate it.
openly
Right.
and
Yeah.
honestly, you know?
I
Right.
agree with
But
Naya.
however, it creates, then I guess it's better out there in the open, right? But I think the question of even asking in the first place is, should I say this yet? Because I feel like there's a time and a I feel like there's a time and a place to be vulnerable and completely open.
Yeah.
Because let's say for him, it's been 3 months, you're dating, and he thinks you're nice or whatever. But he's still trying to get to know you. And then you reveal like, well, I'm ready to be in a relationship now.
Yes, that's a
For
different story.
for them, it's probably I think
You just like you. I
I
get
was
what
about
you're
to
saying.
say.
No, I get what you're saying. I do feel like we have to be on the same accord at some point, and you just want to take it slow. If you want to take it slow, then we one should get to know the whole person without any type of sexual connection. Like I mean, like doing those things and just actually getting to really know the person, like enjoying conversation, hanging out, doing whatever. Don't play house and things like that. In the beginning, just kind of just connect on more levels than just that level, because you could probably be connected to that person because the sex is
You
good,
did that, yeah.
or you could feel connected to that person because of this, because they have money. So what is the real true connection? However, most of the time, which a lot of people don't ever realize, that it is a such thing of love at first sight. It is
right.
very truly a such thing. It's sometimes, have you ever just like, I don't know why I feel so connected to that person.
Right.
And I tell this story, and now my I'll talk about my daughter-in-law. Of course she's my daughter-in-law. I'm not, I'm not in love with her, but at the end of the day, I felt a soul connection with her.
Right.
I didn't understand, why is it that I love her so much.
Yeah.
And I would do anything for her. And now she's engaged to my son.
Yeah.
She has a baby with my son. but our connection, when she was hurting or when she cried, it was a pain that was in me that I cried. I was like, oh my gosh, she's hurting. It felt horrible. It felt like my own child. So sometimes you can connect on those levels. And I'm just using that as on a both sex spectrum. I'm not talking about just a man and a woman or woman and a woman, whatever, however it works.
Romantic, yeah.
Romantic way. I'm just saying, sometimes you already just know. And then sometimes people, that's when you bring in the past trauma. And you just like, maybe, you know, I'm moving too fast because this person did this or that person did that, or I don't know. So it's so many. It's not, honestly, I feel like it's no right and wrong answer.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I guess it really just depends, because
On a person.
it's in a, sometimes there's like one person that's moving way too fast,
Right?
Yeah.
And the other, but how does that make the other person feel is what I'm trying to say. So, like, I don't know. I guess I don't know. Like how you would, if a person is the type of person that's gonna take things slow and they're really interested in you, but they don't want to move super quickly.
Right.
Do you say something and then it kind of makes the relationship weird? Like, I don't know.
But I think if it does, then maybe that's not the person you should be with.
Is it making them uncomfortable?
Because if I ask you that, then now that's an opportunity for you to say where you are, and we just leave it at that, and then we move on.
At least you know.
You know,
yeah.
and at least you know.
What if the girl or the guy,
it scares the guy away?
No, what if so once they figure out, like, oh, well, they're not there with me and I'm way ahead of them. And what if they now don't, you know what I mean? What if they now don't want to pursue him anymore or her anymore because
well, you have to be sure, right?
Because they're not in the same place. I think maybe sometimes we just need to, feel out the timing. Feel out the timing. But the conversations are also necessary.
Yeah, it's very
too.
necessary.
So,
because you might be ready for that, and if he's not,
if you're ready
maybe
now,
you should move on and go find your man that is ready. Like, you know what I mean?
Right now.
So let me ask you. So if you're in a place where you know for a fact, you know, I'm ready for all of those great things. I want to, you know, I want a husband. I want more children. I want to do this. I want to do that. Oh, you know, all these things that you really want to do. Do you find the person who don't want those things, or do you find the person that do want those things?
That's what I'm saying. I'm pursuing the person.
You want to pursue the person that want what you want, and they'll tell you because they'll start to show it. Now, if you got somebody that want to keep playing these games, they answering sometimes, they're not answering sometimes, they don't feel a certain way, then they do feel a certain way, then they love you because this person did, you know, and they up and down. I don't want to pursue that particular person.
Yeah. But when do we have grace for the person who, like, just because I don't want to be in a relationship with you in 3 months doesn't mean I'm
not even 3 months, but at least you have the conversation is what we're saying. So, but what we're saying, honestly, is just going in with an understanding. So if I'm going in and I already know, hey, we might not even do anything for a year to 2 years.
Right.
At least give me the option to say, you know what, I'm okay with that.
Right.
Or I'm not.
Or I'm not. So that's all I'm saying. You don't. It doesn't have to be a relationship. 3 months is maybe pretty soon for some folks. Some folks it may not.
Soon enough.
Yeah.
Soon enough. Yeah.
And the
some
question
people
is
want
just
2
the
weeks,
status.
you know?
So that could be anything. You know,
yes.
It's just status.
Right.
Where we right now. That could be, you know, honestly, I'm taking things slow right now. I just got out of something toxic. I'm still figuring out, but I really am enjoying our time, and I want to keep getting to know each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, oh no, I don't want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's just, what is our
Give
status?
them that time.
Right. Right.
Not, are we in a relationship?
Right. Don't just go.
You know what I mean? Or do you want to be in a relationship?
Right now?
It's just, hey, what do you feel like our status is right now?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And y'all know people be rushing.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe
Or
100.
Or too slow.
Sometimes it's way too slow.
So I guess it all just boils down to connection.
It does.
I think that's what it all boils down
It
to.
does.
It's like the connection of the person and your feel of them.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's too soon or when it's
Or
not
when
too
it's
soon.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, everything happens in the right timing. And I guess if you're feeling it to say it, then it's the right time.
And it's
anyway.
probably the right time.
Because it's not going to be put on your heart
for you
to want to know that or have to ask that question.
Yeah, you got to be.
If y'all have only been on one date or y'all have
right, and then you asking that
if you haven't felt it, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So let's move on, y'all.
I know we
Um,
sat there for a little while. Like,
oh wow, the
That
next
was a good one,
question. The next question is, how soon is too soon to start talking about your future?
and then that kind of ties
Well,
in, just like, you know,
I
I
guess
think it's
same
the same
thing.
thing.
it
Yeah,
kind of
literally the
is.
same thing.
Where's your connection at? For me in particular, um, I think 6 months, about 6 months, 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, to see what you guys are
And it
going.
could be sooner.
Mhm.
It could be sooner, right? Like
Mhm.
I could meet somebody and be like, "Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
Mhm.
together." But I think 6 to 8 months. We've been in it for a while. We're over the 5 month mark.
Right.
Yeah.
Where are we going with this?
Yeah.
That's what I think. But it really just does depend on the connection.
The connection.
Right?
It, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm with you with that.
Mhm.
All right. So this next question: are you a nag when you keep repeating yourself?
Repeating yourself like what? I'm wondering
know that's
if
so
it's
open-ended.
you
Yeah. It just.
you know what? Let's ask that. Let's answer that, but on the way to maybe that they was probably because maybe they probably had was a nag or they probably want the answer to something and the
Right.
man kind of shuns it off all the time. I feel like if you're not getting your answer and you keep having to ask it, I guess you could come off of being a nag, but you're not a nag because you like you want to know. You want to know. Um, but I personally don't feel like I'm gonna keep asking. I'll ask, but if you keep shunning me off, then I got my answer already.
Mm.
Because it's like you don't want to answer it, and then I feel like I'm a bother. So if I'm bothering you, then it's like I don't want to be a gnat.
Right.
You know, just keep flying around you. You keep so that's just my perspective. I don't. It was a broad question. However, I just feel like I guess anything could be a nag if you keep asking over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I guess if you don't get your answer.
Yeah.
Right.
But I guess maybe it could not be a question. It could also just be there's something that maybe your partner's doing that you don't like.
Yeah, could
and they're
be.
continuing to do it and
Could be.
you're repeated like, is she talking about it in that way? Like I just don't know.
Right.
But I don't think that you are a nag for repeating yourself. I don't like the word nag.
Unless it's something where you are a nag. You know, if
Unless
you just
you're
run around the house
literally-
like, did you, you know.
Right. Did you dishes?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I guess it
you're nagging
depends.
now.
I guess it depends on the
just
person.
Depends on
What
the
are you
person.
repeating? You know?
Right.
What are you saying over and over?
Sorry, babe. I need more.
What are you saying?
I need to hear. I need to hear.
Is it appropriate for you to continue talking to your ex as a friend?
Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
in a relationship?
Yeah.
No, it's not appropriate.
I don't
Absolutely
think it's
not.
appropriate.
No.
I don't feel like it is.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Do we even need to get into it? Why?
Okay, tell you
Do
why.
you have a different perspective? Go.
Yeah, come on, you tell your perspective. I mean,
I'm bad. Okay, because
You are friends with everybody.
you
friends
don't
with
stop being friends.
everybody.
You don't ever stop being friends.
But if my person if that makes him uncomfortable,
Yeah.
yeah.
then I will cut that friend off. But if it's like it can be an ex from high school, someone that I'm like friends with and we've been friends over the years, but I don't want him and him want to do with me. But we're just genuinely friends. We're genuinely like a part of the same soul tribe. Or vice versa with him and whoever the girl is, right? I don't know. I'm more open to that.
I
don't
just
know.
feel like
You're okay with your man being friends with his ex? Like we're talking they had sex.
I know, yeah,
yeah,
right.
because
Because they're in a
like
relationship.
they
they
were
were
in a relationship, right?
But if it was like, I guess it really just depends on their relationship, like the
If they hang
severity of it. What were they? Was it relationship that wasn't like super serious? Were they just trying it? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, we're better off as friends.
we're better off as friends.
And like you said, high school, especially when you get a
High
little
school,
older,
yeah.
you're like, okay, that was just high school.
Yeah.
love.
like how does she still want him? Is she just trying
Yeah.
to stick around? It really it's a whole bunch of things. But
That
I
can come
cannot
with it.
say, oh no, never.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a
feel
no
like-
never.
Yeah.
I don't never.
feel
'Cause
like
I'm not even getting myself into that sticky situation of now I got to figure out what the relationship was
Right,
like, and
right.
like let's just not.
let's just cut it off.
Let's just.
I guess yeah. If it's
For
more
me.
open, like you said, if y'all have, I guess it's really like a communication thing.
Right.
And whether
But
your
now, if
partner's
it's like
okay
a
with it,
baby mom or somebody, an ex-wife, and y'all,
has to be
it's
involved.
just like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
y'all sitting up there and talk about old stuff that y'all used to do, and on the
Like,
phone when I come in the house, and
Okay.
like,
That's a lot.
you
that's what
know,
I'm saying. Like, y'all are friends, so what does that mean?
yeah.
Like, y'all check
So,
in on each other
what
once a
boundary
week.
is it?
Y'all talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Y'all go to
Yeah.
dinner together. You know what I mean?
Right. What does it entail?
What is it?
Yes.
What's
What does it
appropriate and
entail?
what's
And
not
what's not?
appropriate?
And I guess
Right.
So that's the question.
that would just have to be a conversation with you and your partner
Right.
if you decided, if he said that was okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
it
right.
just depends on the person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know.
because if it's one of them exes that
Yeah, that's
are
just
still
do
trying
too
to try
much.
their hand,
Yeah.
like obviously that's an absolute no. But if
Yeah.
it's like a high school, whatever, or just you dated them a little bit,
Yeah.
college or whatever, and
It
it
was
really
nothing
wasn't
serious.
nothing, but that's your true homegirl, and you're like it's
That
like
the
not that big
relationship
of a
didn't work
deal.
out.
She'll invite you to her wedding, you invite her to like it's
Right.
like
Mhm.
it's not like it's like surface level.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not threatened by it. I don't care.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's all
But
about
if
about the
it's
security with himself.
that too, but
All
then
about
there's
that.
also
Then
like boundaries that we just need to
you
have.
do.
Yeah.
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 Right.
That is true.
Okay, y'all. These are good.
That's just so silly.
Okay, so have you ever felt like you were truly loved by a man without any stipulations? Huh.
Without any
Have you
stipulation.
ever felt like you were truly loved by a man without any stipulations? And stipulations are, just remind me.
It's just
I know.
pretty much
Same shit. I'm like
Stipulation. Big word.
right. Stipulations is really just with no condition to it, like no requirements. With no requirements,
No conditions.
like no
requirements.
condition,
Like they love you unconditionally.
unconditionally.
Yeah.
And for me, I can say I don't feel like I have.
Right.
And in my past relationships, I don't feel like I have. I always felt like it came with 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 a requirement, It wasn't unconditional love that you would actually just do these things for me because you love me.
No matter what.
It was I felt like it had to be something with it, or if I let's just use an example. You know how they always say if you're not giving a man what he wants, far as in sex, or let's just say you going to school to be a doctor or doing whatever it is that you're doing that you're not going to be able to have all the time, but you had this is just a scenario that I'm making up, and you have and you just let 'em, you don't have as much time. Do you love me enough to, like, you know what, baby, I'm sitting here, I'm waiting, we going to do whatever, or do you go out there and cheat? Now you're being selfish. And if I'm not giving you the exact time that you need, I'm going to do my best. However, we knew going in that I was in school to be, of course, y'all know, in school to be a doctor or a nurse, or even in school these days is crazy. And then y'all have kids and things like that. It's just like, I mean, I get it, that you have your needs and stuff like that, but do I feel like you will put me first before you put, anything else? I can't say that was I've
Like
ever experienced
unconditional
it.
love.
I've never felt that, not from the opposite sex. I felt it from my children.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even feel it from my dad,
Right.
but from my
Yeah.
children, yes.
Right.
But a man, no. I just feel like if you do those things, especially out there doing, you know, things that that I wouldn't appreciate, I wouldn't like, you're being selfish. That's a selfish act. So I'll say no for myself, personally.
I would say yes. My current partner, I would say, definitely loves me unconditionally.
That's a good
Like,
thing.
and it's so just amazing and beautiful to experience. I've never experienced it before. So
Yeah.
like little things will happen. It's like, oh my gosh, he really loves me. Like this man would give me the shirt off of his back. He would give me his last and
That's
not ever complain
amazing.
about it. Like just loves me down.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would say yes for me.
I love that.
That's
and that's a
amazing.
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And that's what all people want to have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know, to be honest. I I give a lot in my relationships that I've been in. I've only been in, wait, high school sweetheart, college boyfriend that didn't last that long, and then my child's father. So not that many.
Yeah.
My high school sweetheart was getting over heartbreak. So was there a stipulation where you still just using me to get over her? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We lasted a while and he loved me a lot. But was it completely unconditional, or did you wanted he wanted something from me, right? How I felt. And I could be wrong, right? But this is just what, like, my experience from him.
Right.
My second one wanted to possess me. For like his own gratification, right? In college, I was the girl everybody wanted to that sounds really like cocky, but like a lot of the
what it is, what it is.
A lot of it sounded real cocky.
I was the girl that everybody wanted.
I mean,
I don't know what to tell you.
That's confidence,
Confidence.
Confidence.
Like,
okay.
no, but
it's
I'll
also
say this.
the reality, your reality.
A lot of the guys in the music.
Don't play with her. Look at her. Like, come on. Let's not act dumb. Like, nobody was shocked when you said it.
Okay. Correction. A lot of the guys in our like sector, like in the jazz blues world, wanted to be with me and pursued me. For various reasons, right? I'll say that. No, and I didn't give anybody the time of the day because I was still with my high school sweetheart. So there were a lot of people like trying to sneak in. So they
Right.
quote unquote wanted me. I don't know what they wanted, but they quote unquote wanted me. And he eventually got me because I had broken up with my high school sweetheart or whatever. But he wanted to possess me. I didn't know if it was because he just genuinely liked me or if it was like
jealousy, insecurity.
I don't know, right? Because when we did get into a relationship, it was very possessive. You can't do this.
Like,
why are you talking to this guy?
Controlling, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was very possessive. And then lastly, with my child's father, there was like a lot of lies involved, like a lot of lies. So I didn't know if he was, you know what I mean, if it was, so I don't know if I've ever been, and then even some of the guys that I've dated who didn't make it to relationship stage, I always find myself giving more than I'm receiving. So I don't know if I've ever really experienced that in a romantic relationship outside of my family and my kid.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
my
the
son,
part. Just
lesbian.
giving more than you receiving is the part that that's exactly true. Like you just give.
But do you? Yeah.
And will they do that same thing for you? That's a real true.
That's
question.
Really,
yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Wow, y'all.
Okay. I'm not.
Okay.
Let's get some questions. Like, is this the tea? What is it? Clock it. We're clocking the tea.
Yeah.
All right.
We're clocking the tea.
Like an old lady.
All right. So, what are some non-negotiables for you?
God.
Non-negotiables. It's so hard for me to say, having been in such a long-term relationship.
Right.
And one, just like being out of the game for so long, and two, we've been together for so long and we grew up together, and things that I may have thought would have been my non-negotiables,
right,
I can't say they are now.
Right.
If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we've just been through so much and we've overcame so much that, at least with my partner today, I can't really point out any specific non-negotiables. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, either way, it doesn't even have to be because you're with him today, but even like certain things that you just won't accept too,
right.
It's just really what you
like,
won't
I
accept,
guess,
so it don't have to be about you and him. It could just be certain things you just won't accept.
Well, we were talking about relationships.
We're talking about relationships.
I guess.
Well, yeah, even in her relationship, I'm sure if he, did certain things, she just won't.
That's what I'm saying, because a non-negotiable means if it happens, you're walking away, you're done.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's
so you
hard.
don't have any.
Not that I'm sure I do if it were to happen, but
you don't know.
I don't. Right now you can't say.
Right.
I get that. Yeah.
Right.
I guess in a relationship, A non-negotiable always been for me is insecurities. It's been
That's a good one.
because when you're insecure, you put that on the opposite person. You know, insecurities is a big one for me, and just being negative. You know, I'm a real positive being. I don't
Right.
like sob storyers. You ever
Right.
see those
Right.
people?
Right.
It's always a sob story,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't. And honestly, I'm not able to connect with that. I guess low vibration, not positive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I, even if you're in a relationship, that is something like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I could deal with that.
Right.
If it
Right.
happened to you, you really,
Mm-hmm.
Then you would know.
you would
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
I haven't had those. I did have, I don't know. I think being secure within self is a
Right.
big deal
Mm-hmm.
Right.
for me personally. Go getters. You have to be a go getter. I don't understand. You not wanting to do anything more. And I'm not talking about going to a job and coming home from a job. No, I'm talking about not even having a job. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Not
Right.
even having,
Right.
not
The
having
bare minimum.
nothing to, not a drive. You have
Yeah.
to have a drive.
Yeah.
You have to want to do the things. That's really big for me.
Yeah.
So we
Right.
can grow together.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
want to stagnate or stand at the same space type of person.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
Having that ambition.
yeah, you always have to have ambition with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a go getter, just doing these things. So that's a big deal for me
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Makes
mean,
perfect sense.
I think it's a big deal for anyone, right? Especially like with women like us, definitely need men who are going to be able to push us and lead us
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
who have their own things going on, or at least that's
exactly.
the direction. So I agree with both of y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For me, I need honesty in a relationship.
definitely honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
I am super open. I'm flexible. I understand that we're all human. Um, However, you need to be honest with me. Like, so no lying to me.
Mhm.
Like, um, if I catch you in a lie once, I'm looking at you sideways.
Yeah.
I'm not probably not going to walk away with you right away.
Right away.
If depending on your response,
Right.
Right.
right? But like like I understand you're human. I understand that this is an experience, but you just need to be open and
Yeah.
honest with me from the get go, and do not lie to me.
Yep.
I cannot do lying. It's actually a
Mhm.
pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So lying is a really big one. Like
Yeah.
that one. Ooh, that's a hot button for me.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
know what's what, right? So
Yes.
I'm not ever in the
In the
dark.
dark.
Yes.
I'm gonna do the same for you.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what it is with me. So that's a big thing. And then the second one for me is um, you have to have some sort of belief in something higher than you.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. And I should have said that too.
You know what? I would say that for me, for sure.
Sure.
right,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to.
right,
Yeah.
right. Now I'm not religious, right?
Right.
So you don't have to be Christian. You don't have to be
You
Christian.
don't even have to be. You just.
But if you do believe, as long as you believe in the creator,
Yeah. And know that there's something higher than you.
as long as you know that there's something higher than you, as
Mhm.
long as you and I can pray together, and we are praying, and God has many different names, Yahweh, Jesus, like God has many different names,
Mhm.
but there is only one God, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can call God, other names, you can call him whatever, right? But as long as we're praying together to the same God,
Exactly.
I think that's really important. Obviously, not Satan, right? You don't want
Right.
you to.
Exactly. 'Cause
Right.
That's a
That's
name
not
too.
welcome.
No.
That's a name too.
Or
So,
you know what I mean. But
yeah.
just as long as we can pray together, we can talk to the Creator, we can come together for fellowship. Um, you can lead me, like you can guide me back to God when it comes to decision making. You know about intuition, you know about
Mhm.
God, you know about angels. Just something higher. You don't feel like you are God and like
Mm-hmm.
you are the only.
Exactly.
That's a turn off, and that's a
Yes.
non-negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I could definitely say that one.
those are the two, right?
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
another non-negotiable is disrespect.
Definitely. Yep.
And that'll be the final one for me. Just those things like disrespect,
Mhm.
um, stepping out on me, right?
Yeah.
Cheating, disrespect of any sort,
Yeah.
flirting, um, you know, just those sorts of things I can't deal with, because I can't trust you. And that goes into lying, and then that goes into like a snowball of things of you
And then
being
it takes
disrespect. You
you,
disrespected me when you reached out. You disrespected me when you drove there. You know
yeah,
what
it's
I
all,
mean?
and you
It's-
knowingly doing these things. Yeah, that's
Or
true.
even not specifically as drastic as to
true.
that, or even if it's just coming home, if you like, just if we have boundaries set in place and you keep
Yeah.
pushing my boundaries, or you're stomping on like our foundation, to try to get over on me or to trick me in some
Yeah.
way, and it becomes disrespect, that's when I have to walk away.
Yeah.
But obviously we're human, right? So if things may happen and I feel like your heart was in a place, or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
we can talk about it, and we can most likely get through it.
Exactly.
But after you've done, after you've pushed the line quite a bit on my non-negotiables, then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I have to love myself more, and I have to walk away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because what's the saying? They say treat a person how you want them, how you teach a person how you want them to treat, to teach
Right.
to treat
teach a person
you.
how to love you. Yeah.
And that's just the truth. And that's so funny because one of my non-negotiables is too, you have to love, and you have to love hard. You have to have a big, 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 big heart. In love with no conditions, with no stipulations, just love.
Just genuine, a genuine
Pure.
person.
Yeah.
Knows how to
Pure.
love, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that's also like where like the relationship with God comes into place.
Yes.
Because like that's when you know, like if you don't know, like we know, right? There's a higher being. There's situations that I've been in that God's gotten me out of, where I could have been harmed really badly, or just things that he's like pulled me out of my darkest moments, and
Yes.
me experiencing like a love like that from him.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's unconditional love, and that's what I have. That's a guide that I have.
Yeah.
So to be with a man who doesn't have that guy,
Yeah.
it's like, ooh, what are you referencing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know to love me?
Yeah.
Have a reference.
And how are you leading us? Where are you taking us?
Right,
Like,
You can't even lead. You gonna lead us to what?
But to what?
To the dead.
Like,
That is crazy.
To the ground.
That's exactly where you're going.
literally.
Shoot, that's
Oh my
funny.
gosh. Oh my gosh. These are really
That was
good. Let me see. I'm just gonna choosy wizzy. It's like, how does being in love feel, and how do you know? Ooh, I love these.
beautiful.
You like it.
I am a love bug.
I love that.
Being in love feel.
Naya, you know, girl.
I know. It's like finding the words, you know?
Yes.
So you just
Can't put them
fell in
into
love. You can't put it into words. Literally, that's how being in love feels. Like
Yes.
you can't even explain it. You can't describe it. It's just like a connection. You just like feel it. You want to be around that person. You miss that person. Like, the person can really do anything, can look their ugliest, can look, you know what I mean? And you just like love them.
You're so cute.
Yes, you're so cute. Yes. You just
So
like,
adorable.
literally,
Yes.
you just love them like
Yes.
regardless. And it just goes back to that unconditional love. Like
Yes.
just loving the person through everything, and also understanding that we're human and we're constantly growing, and
Right.
loving the person through every season of them and every like
Right.
evolution of them
Oh,
is for
man.
me, I feel like when you really know.
Yes.
It's like,
Right.
wow.
Right.
You're we've been with like 3 different versions of each other within our relationship, but we still love each other exactly the
And
same,
it's like
if
you
not
grow.
more.
If not more every
Yeah.
time.
And if not more every time.
Because you're growing together.
The fact that you pointed that out
Yes.
is so nice, because some people aren't built for marriage.
Yeah.
Because they're not
Because of
able
that.
to love their person in each season, and there's some times where you won't love your person, right? Sometimes you're not in love anymore. Sometimes I fell out of love. Sometimes I don't got feelings no more for you. But falling in love again.
Yes.
That's that
And
right
that
there.
second time you might fall harder. That third time you might fall harder. And that's what it means to like choose your person. Like when they say it's through sickness and in health, when they're reading your vows.
Yeah. Yes.
And through whatever they say.
Yeah.
Those those vows are so important,
They are.
and we
They're
think
not
they're
just words.
cute,
Yeah.
but that's why a lot of relationships end up
Do
in
not
divorce
work.
because they're not looking at it like, this is my person,
Yes.
and I'm going to
Choose this person
every time.
time.
Even in their darkest points,
Yeah.
is this the person that you want to choose to do things over and over? But
Mhm.
yeah, like there'll be ugly moments, but those moments when you're
Yes.
falling in love again,
Yeah.
after you just didn't like them,
That's a part of just
or
being
like you find
growing
spark in the
together
bedroom
is
again, or just like
beautiful.
little, like anything.
You're able to continue
Yes.
to find that spark no matter how many
Yes.
years it's been, no matter what you guys have been through, how you've seen the person.
Yes.
Like you said, just
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful love that I want to find me, because that's a rare thing.
it's very
to
rare.
find the person who's
Yes.
gonna keep doing it with you over and over.
Mhm.
And of course,
Exactly.
like we're not. I mean, obviously, like if there are certain non-negotiables, there's non-negotiables. But once you find your person,
Mhm.
and you really that
You
this is
know
who
that
you
you
want to
know.
go. You know what I mean? You have to know, though.
You have to
right?
Yeah.
know. But once you find that person, it goes back to the answer to my non-negotiable. It's like not much that you won't at least try and give your all to push through and pull
Yeah.
through
Right.
with them. You
Right.
know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Right.
So yeah, those are some
Yep.
of my
That is
like.
true.
I know I'm in love. I'm in love, y'all.
Yes, and that's a good thing,
Yeah.
you know, because and like you said, you grew with the person,
Yeah.
and that's really how
Still liking each
love.
other through it, because
Yeah.
you don't always know. Like
You don't.
I'm gonna come out like this next year. You gonna come out like this, and are we gonna?
You gonna still be
Yeah,
here?
you gonna-
Still gonna be
yeah.
here, and is it still gonna work? Are we still gonna
Yeah.
have those same feelings
Right.
that we had?
Right.
You know.
Yes.
Right.
So
right. That's
It's a part of just growing together.
Yeah.
Each time, each year is a different year.
It's a
You gotta
different
grow.
year,
You
it's a
gotta
different
grow. You
person.
gotta grow.
Yeah.
It is so real. And you know, it's so funny, y'all, because how do you know when you're in love? Okay, so I
You're so silly.
y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I don't know him yet. But I miss him. I don't care what y'all call me out there. You can call me crazy all you want to, but I see him. I see him in my dreams. I feel him next to me. I just have not met him yet.
Right.
It's like I miss him. So it's like so exciting to go to sleep because I know he's there. It's like a mate that's coming from a whole nother world. It's not, I don't even know if it's planet Earth. I swear it's just
You
the
feel him
way
now.
that he hugs me and hold me. I promise y'all can they think I'm talking about a
That's
man.
not crazy.
But it's the truth.
Yeah.
I feel him. I miss him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know him. But I do. I just haven't met him yet.
Right.
Here.
When you meet him, you're gonna know.
I haven't met him
know.
here.
Yeah.
But I know him.
But you know him.
I know him for a fact because we be, oh my God, we be just all over. We love each other. But I just don't know him yet. And it's one of those loves like, I've never heard anybody say the love that I have for him right now. I've never seen it. I don't know how people feel. You know, you got your love story. You got your love. Everybody out there have their love story, but I just feel like this one, he's not a regular
Man.
Yeah.
He is different.
Yeah.
And on
He
every
godsend.
aspect.
Yeah.
He is that
He's
part.
godsend.
He is God. I mean, when I tell you coming as my angel on earth, that's exactly who he's coming as.
Wow.
And I know it and I feel him.
Wow.
So that's how I know.
Period. That's beautiful.
And when I do see him, I'm like, that's him. Y'all, he right there. He in the
Like,
crowd.
come
He girl, he gonna be all like where's Waldo? Like he,
Uh-huh.
he in that crowd. That's how I
Where's
feel.
Waldo?
Wow.
That's exactly how I feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Let me read the question again. What did I say?
you said, how do you
How
know?
do you know you're in love, and how does it feel?
Oh, okay.
She got on my nerves.
What I said? Where it goes like. I'm gonna make it quick because I want to do our
She's
closing.
annoying.
I'm gonna make it quick because I do want to do our closing.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Exercise
Thingamajig.
game, whatever.
Thingamajig.
Thingamajig.
Love. Falling in love. How I know? Cause I fell in love before. Like
Yes.
lots of times.
Yeah.
I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a love bug. I start thinking about them a lot, like morning, noon, and night. Like, oh, what is this person doing? And then for me in particular, I start to just want to do things for them. Just want to make sure they're like always in good health and good well-being. Like, okay, did they eat? Is he, you know what I mean? How is his day going today? Like,
Yes.
just thinking about him in every way. And like wanting to please him in ways that like he's not even thinking about.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That
Like
part.
when I see him, I'm giving him his favorite I don't know, like his favorite drink
Mhm.
or just
Mhm.
paying attention to the little things.
Right.
I particularly pay attention when I'm in love. Whereas though when I'm not in love, like I'm just chilling. I'm not really that. I'm still thoughtful, but not as thoughtful as I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like wanting to give and do and take care of and pour into. And
Right.
you're in my heart and in your mind. I'm dreaming about you.
Yeah.
And it's a, a blissful state for me.
Yeah.
And then did we say, oh, how does it
How's it
feel?
feel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a
Like you
blissful
said, a
state,
blissful state.
like electricity, like when we touch
I love
it feels
that.
like just like a spark, and I can physically feel it in my body, like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? It's just like that connection that you have.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, so all right, so
You're so silly.
we're gonna do the old me versus the new me game, okay?
Okay.
Running it back.
We got two scenarios. We're gonna make it quick because we pushing it.
All right, let's make it quick, guys. Bring it back.
This hour go by
Hour
fast.
like quick. Okay, which is why we had to do part 2.
Yes.
All right, so let me see. There's 2 different ones. Let's do the first one. Your partner has been going out every day with his friends, his or her friends, after work, and coming home in the middle of the night for 2 weeks straight. How do you react in this situation? Old you versus new you. They out with their friends and they're coming home late every night for 2 weeks.
That is hilarious. Oh God. So let's see. Okay, so I can tell you the old me, because this happened before.
Oh.
I went looking for him. I went to all of his friends' house. And I cussed him out. And that was the old me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and I was so mad at her, like, what is you doing? Why you out here? What's the problem? Ready to fight and everything. It was so funny. But the new me, honestly, now I don't even think I care enough. Honestly, it's not that I don't care enough. I'm gonna ask, like, what's wrong? Is this something that what's wrong? I want to get to the root of the problem.
Right.
Is it something that are we having problems that I just don't know about?
Right. Yeah.
And communicate that with me.
Yeah. I love that.
And that's just it. That's all.
Yeah.
For there.
Keep it
Right.
simple.
So old, new.
Yeah.
Right.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah. Old me definitely cussing you out, pulling up.
That is
Right.
Y'all know, okay. Pulling up wherever you are. Like just going crazy. But new me, yeah, I'm just gonna like communicate, sit down. We need to talk. We need to have a conversation. What's going on?
Right.
Like, this is clearly not okay.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful. It's crossing a boundary that we have set. So we need to talk. We need to put this in the bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Old me. I've always been a communicator, so I'm always like straight to the point. So I think the old me and the new me would do the same thing. Like, what's going on? Like, why are you doing this? Or why are you avoiding me? Or are you avoiding me?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You need a break. Like, what do you need? I'll do that in the beginning. Now, if he's ignoring my communication, I'm definitely following.
Yeah. Right. Find out what's going on. Sure, Steven.
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna break it off with you, but back then, yeah,
and that's true.
But
you
after the communication,
before the 2 weeks, even before it got to
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it's the first night.
It's
the first night.
Like, what you doing? Because
All right, I think we got time for 2.
Okay.
When you know your partner's lying and you have the proof that he's lying,
God.
how do you confront them about it?
Oh, that's funny.
Whoopsie.
Right.
All right. So, if I know my partner's lying and I have the proof, I don't see. Look, I always have the proof. I'm an investigator.
Yeah.
Okay. I am a Scorpio woman. We know what's what. We always know.
We already know.
Yeah.
But how I don't always like showing my proof. Like, because I don't
right
like,
offhand.
I don't like to show
You're
my
one
hand.
of those.
I don't always like to show my hand.
I don't
like,
show my
I don't
hand
want you
either.
to see all my cards all the time. Now, but if I'm at a point where I'm like, oh, I need to show my hand, but then I sound crazy though, because like, how you know that, like, the way that I got this information, you're gonna think I'm crazy. But anyway, So I can't. I got to get past all those things.
Right.
Yeah.
How I got
Like,
the
oh, he gonna think
information.
I'm crazy.
Right.
Right.
But all right, getting past that. The old me. The old me is probably like, I'm gonna have some like a scheme planned.
Right.
Whatever he's lying to me about, I'll probably have it all laid out.
Yeah.
Or like invite him out to like a nice dinner.
I can't.
You know, butter him up a little bit, and then I'll present it to the point where like we're face to face. He cannot run.
Yes.
Here.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
Here. That's the old me, right? The
I
new
love
me, if you're lying and I have to get to the point of trying to find proof, you're probably not for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm probably like, this is
Yeah.
too much of my energy, right?
Right.
That I'm
Mhm.
even putting into this.
Right.
But if I am doing this,
Mhm.
right? It's just a conversation. Hey, this is what I've been feeling. This is what I feel like you've been lying to me. Here's the proof that I have. Let me know what's what. And we can
Yeah.
have like an adult conversation.
Yeah.
But before
That's
I'm
smart.
buttering you up, you know, I'm
Uh-huh.
setting the situation right. You know?
Wow.
I love
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I love that.
That's funny. I've never been like that. I'm not one to not want to show my hand. Like I want to
You want to show your
my
full hand?
You're like,
Immediately.
Ah, Lord.
Here it is.
So what I
Look
know.
at it in the face.
now I used the person in those movies where you like, and they confront the killer,
Oh yeah, and I know
Yes.
you killed her because, and
Yes.
then she go die.
and then they go dying.
She did.
I'm that person. I'm showing my hand every time. I've always been like
Wow.
that, still like that to this day.
Wow.
Like I'm just showing you my hand. This is what it is. I
This
know
is what
that
I
you're
know.
lying. And if you keep lying to me about it, then this isn't gonna work.
right.
Right.
So
right.
you want to tell the truth or you don't?
Or you don't.
Right. I get you.
9 times out of 10, they're gonna tell the truth.
They go tell
That's
the
And then
true.
we
truth.
talk
And then y'all talk about it.
Yeah.
So you don't even care about your sources.
No.
Like, you're like,
No.
You just say nope.
Okay.
I'm
This
like,
is what it is.
This
Because
is
if
what I
I
know.
already know what it is, I don't need.
Yeah, you
You don't need to be worried about the sources. 'Cause
Right.
You know what you did.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
don't be worried about where I
Like,
got it
you
from.
That
don't need to be
part.
worried about that at all. The point
Like, where
is,
did you get
we
this
both know what's happening. So
That
be
is
honest about it.
funny.
Yeah.
Get the
Yeah.
Like,
That's
How you
funny.
know that's her last name?
don't even matter. Asking too many questions. Too many
Research.
questions. Hush.
That is funny.
We are cousins.
I'm gonna try to tell you, y'all. So, I think I'm the absolute worst.
Why?
I am because I am. I'm going to play you.
I could see
I
that.
play people all the time because I never. When I know something, I know,
Yeah.
right? And I'm going to be the sweetest person. Like, so what happened? So, and I'm just playing these
That
games,
is
and he like,
you.
oh, I'm like, really? But I know everything.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm still like that till this day. I don't care. I'm going to never give you my hand. I know what I know. I know what I know. And I'm going to tell you again, I know what I know. And it doesn't, it from the sources that it come from, it's out of this world believable. So I know what I know. So I'm going to play you.
So when they admit, you tell them that you know
Yeah.
already, or you just let them like you play
I
it
let
off
them
like
tell
they just
me.
revealed it,
Yeah.
like you just found out.
I will act like no. They'll know that I know. Well, one guy who I used to talk to, he said, "The only reason why you asking me that is because you already know."
Mm.
And I'm just, but how do you know? You know, he'll say, "Well, how do you know?"
Mhm.
Because they want to know how.
And right, they
Yeah.
want to know how. And I say, I'm not going to tell you how I know because you're not going to believe if I told you. However, I know. And he always come out. He did. He came clean. He came out and told me every single thing that I knew what I knew already. But no, I play my hand. I do. I still do till this day. I'm gonna look at you like you. I'm gonna act like I don't know nothing. You
Nothing.
never know what I know, even till this day. Never know what I know. I'm gonna be I'm telling on myself. I'm gonna be the sweetest person. For real. Stop. But I know what I know.
I think I be doing that.
You do that.
I be
That's why I
knowing-
see you do it.
I know a lot about people.
I know a
and
lot
things
about a
they
lot
said
about a lot.
about me.
Yeah, I know a
like,
lot about a lot about a-
That's why you don't know.
But I play
Man,
them.
I will never
I
say.
can't hold it. I can't hold
can't.
it. That's my problem.
Because
I
I
can't
want you to
hold it
dig a
in.
hole. Once
That's
you
not
dig
a
a bigger
problem, it's
hole
not
for
bad.
yourself, then, because see, I'm going to deal with it for as long. If you can continue to lie to me to my face, then you are not for me. Whether you are a brother, a sister, a friend, a cousin, a auntie, a man, a woman. I just don't. A woman. I just cannot deal with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm going to nip it in the bud right then and there after I played with you for about a week or two. Sometimes I'll let it go for a month.
Right.
I will. I will play the hell out of somebody. And that's just who it is.
Yeah.
Because I know that I know I'm not crazy. I know what I know, but you got to tell me. I'm gonna let you tell me. I'm gonna let you tell me, but I'm gonna play you.
Okay.
I'm gonna play you.
Okay.
Oh, you should know, because I done got y'all like that plenty of times when y'all was little, especially your brother.
I already knew. Mommy knows. Mommy knows. We already knew.
I was just looking at them like, so really? So what happened?
Really, that happened?
You like, I know.
Girl, I just be looking at them like they crazy.
You know how your mom has dreams and
Right.
God, like,
you can't do
Can't
nothing.
say
You can't do
nothing.
God
nothing.
downloads on her.
You can't
You
say
better
hide
just
that
go
from a
right to it.
spiritual woman.
Like nothing.
But anyway, y'all,
That's
this was
funny.
good. This was really, really
Yes.
good. I love relationships and love.
Yes.
Both of your perspectives, and it's just always so good. Like,
Yeah.
so just two powerful women in my life, like
You
from the
was
younger
right.
generation and the older one,
Yes.
just pouring into me and showing me new perspectives. And this was just so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna end with what divine note are you on? For me, I'm actually on a note of presence and love. Like experiencing every moment with love and appreciation.
Yeah.
That's what note I'm on right now.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, I normally have my answer.
All right.
I'm on a note of, I would say pureness. Pureness, just like getting back to that like pure person, because we lose that along the way,
Yep.
you know?
Right.
So yeah.
Yep.
Pureness.
Divinely, I am on being present, always being at present, being at peace, and learning. I've been in a space of just learning and listening, and I've been exactly just being a student, and that's all I can be as a student.
Yeah.
Because this world is called life. Let me tell you something right now, and it teaches you, whether you like it or not. It's gonna teach you some things.
Yeah.
So
right.
divinely, on a divine note.
On a divine
note.
What note are y'all on a divine note? Make sure y'all put that in the comments as well.
Yeah. What divine note are you on?
Exactly.
And be sure to give me all the shame on you cards. I know.
Yes.
I'm that type. I think. You know what? And I do be knowing, and I
She
need
know.
to stop that.
Yeah.
So
She know.
please like, share, and comment. Thank you so much for
And
joining
if you haven't
us today.
subscribe.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe.
And like while you're watching the video. And guys, please comment below, because we love to hear what you guys are saying.
Yes, please comment.
We want to hear all aspects of everybody's opinions.
Yes, definitely.
Things like that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Bye.
Have a good night.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Remember to subscribe, like, and share, and follow us on all social media platforms.